Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video we're going to take a look at our currency pairs of interest for the week, the strength and weakness table and some areas of interest. Now if I bring in the strength and weakness table, we can see that there's not too much change. The yen has weakened quite significantly. The Kiwi gained quite a lot of strength, and that's what we were buying going into last week. And it looks like that strength could continue going into this week. So really, buying Kiwi is looking pretty good. Kiwi yen in particular, we spoke about last week, is looking quite nice as well. So we'll go take a look at that one. Aussie lost some ground, so it was at those kind of it was at the extreme at 6. It dropped to 3 from last week, so it lost lost 3 places across other currency pairs. So that could be interesting to see, maybe a bit of Aussie weakness coming in. It's quite interesting to see a bit of disparity between Aussie and Kiwi. Don't often get that, so it's quite interesting to see that. But other than that, no real change anywhere else. I only really look at things that change quite significantly, like the yen and Kiwi and Aussie, and I usually don't really look much towards the other currencies if they're not really doing much. So let's go for the majors. And we can see here we have the dollar index. Dollar index remains pretty much range bound. The market came up into these previous structure highs here and just started to reject. We had a nice little breakout. We thought that the market would continue to the upside, maybe come and retest the range lows back through here, but the market didn't do that. We started to push back down again. We do have consecutive higher lows. It's just that the market looks more to me like we could see another impulse breakout to the downside more than anything. So at the moment we're just going to keep an eye on this. It's in a consolidation pattern. It may come and retest this structure low through here around about 95, but at the moment it's in a consolidation. We can't really do much. It could go either way, to be honest. It could either break to the downside and push lower, or break to the upside and push higher, and that's why I don't really want to trade consolidation patterns. I want to wait for those breakouts, that clear trend to form, so it gives you that clear direction. That's going to be pretty much the same for euro. Not clear, not really much to do. Like I said, if we do get some kind of breakout pattern, we could look for some long positions. So I mean, we could have like this triangle very similar to the dollar index. If it does break to the upside, we could look for some longs. If it breaks lower, again, probably looking for price to come and retest this sort of range high area through here. Pound US dollar, not really fat lot going on here. This was trending, but the market is finding a bit of support, bit of bullishness coming out from the pound at the moment. Weekly chart looks more likely that we're going to see a rally up into these highs once again, which so you know, don't really want to be on the short side of this at the moment. Looks to me like we could be seeing a bit of bullishness. 4 hours obviously a bit bullish here. If the 4 hour continues to make higher highs, then it's likelihood that we are going to see that continuation. So yeah, really interestingly, once again, weekly is looking a bit bullish here, so that's the only reason I'm kind of staying away from shorting pound going into next week. We could also see a little bit of a drop as well, maybe a retest of this structure low through there, maybe an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So what we could see is like a push down and then a move up. So that could also be of interest to us going into next week. The main one that I really want to talk about though is Kiwi. We're still Kiwi long, market's still rallying to the upside. Weekly is looking pretty bullish. Looks to me like we're going to extend even higher. I like the idea of price coming back up into this sort of zone through here. Lots of contact through there on price throughout sort of 2019 and 2020. So I want to see price kind of heading back towards this area through here. Weekly is looking bullish. Daily is looking to extend up. 4 hours looking pretty good on the bullish side as well. So we'll see how that continues. But Kiwi's my main one, and the one that we were short on last week was Euro Kiwi. Looking pretty good to the downside still. Daily time frame now creating new lows once again. 4 hours still forming lower lows, lower highs. The next sort of place we can look for a couple of pullbacks is maybe back into this zone. So if price does want to rally back up, we can maybe look for some downside once again on Euro Kiwi. But pretty much, let me just take the session breaks off. But pretty much Kiwi is looking to be the one to buy going into next week. And the one chart as well that I really like is Kiwi Yen. So we already spoke about this last week, and what we were suggesting was, could the market start pushing back to the upside? Now it's taken out this high here, and it's given us 2 daily bullish closes. Now that to me is a really good sign that price could hold if we come back and retest. So that's what I'm expecting now. I'm expecting the market to come back, retest, rally back up to the upside. Could also be looking at the 4-hour time frame, seeing how that 4-hour time frame trend plays out, because we do have a nice little uptrend in the market at the moment here. We have nice little higher highs, higher lows. So is the market going to pull back? Maybe give us a bit of a complex pullback, a little bit of a consolidation, and a rally back to the upside. That's what I'm kind of expecting. But Kiwi Yen, really the one to watch for me going into next week, considering that the yen was the weakest currency last week and Kiwi was the strongest. So keep an eye on this currency pair in particular. Could be the one to sort of trade on your intraday and swing trade basis. Hope you enjoyed this market outlook video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hope we have a great week trading, and I'll speak to you soon.